Right. So welcome everybody to Yoga Flow today. We're going to sit in a seated position to get started in this class. I'm Kelly, if you've never met me before. So find a comfortable seat. You could sit on a pillow if you want to, or a block to lift yourself up if that's more comfortable for you. Legs crossed or legs straight out in front, whatever works best for you. We don't have a lot of equipment today. We don't need too much equipment. It's up to you what you use for this practice. You could have a block to sit on or a pillow, maybe a blanket for the end. But just place your hands either on your knees or on your heart, or maybe even with palms facing up. You can also cup the hands just in sort of in between your legs. Take your eye gaze down towards the ground or close your eyes. Let's just begin the practice by being mindful and dropping into noticing the internal spaces. So we begin to notice our breath. So notice the inhaling and the exhaling of the breath. Notice that physical process of breath. So notice how when you breathe in, the diaphragm pushes down and the belly expands, the rib cage expands. And then notice when you breathe out, how everything sort of goes back to normal, so to speak. So breathing in, just noticing really simply that process of breathing. And breathing out. And these few moments are for us to come into our practice, to really land here on our mats, and maybe even to come into this moment. So if you've just jumped off your computer, there could be some residual thoughts there. So see if you can land here on your mat and just be here in this moment. Eye gaze is down, is settled, or eyes are closed. Allowing yourself just to tap in now to those internal spaces. So feel and experience the breath. And also notice how you're traveling internally right now. It's important to check in every now and then to see how you are traveling. There's no need to have a conversation about that. Just notice where you're at, let it be. It is what it is. And just breathe and feel into it, wherever it is that you've landed today. So feeling into it, being aware of it, and sending the breath there, breathing into it. You can start to lengthen the breath if you like. So take a big breath in through the nose. Exhale also through the nose. Do that a few more times and see if you can breathe in through the nose. And then just take a little constriction at the back of the throat and breathe out through the nose. It's almost like the sound as if you're fogging up the glass. Maybe it's like a Darth Vader sound. So you can hear your breath in and you can hear your breath out. In yoga, we call that exhale, that ujjayi breath. So we connect in with that process of noticing the sound of breath. And that can immediately impact your nervous system. Can immediately bring you calm. Just with a few breaths. And we tap into the internal processes today and we breathe and move our body in a way that sort of flows with those processes. We'll take this last breath here. You can open your eyes or lift your eye gaze a little. And come over onto hands and knees. Now, if you're on a chair, you're doing the upper body part of this. Inhale, dip down through your spine. And on your exhale, curl your tailbone under. Lift your tailbone up internally and look down towards your belly button. Then inhale, come forward. So this is movement now through the spine, but connect with your breath. As you exhale, lift up through your spine, tuck your chin a little. So we're not forcing any of this. And inhale, look up a little bit. So just that nice, gentle movement through the spine. Just do one more. So finishing in that exhale with spine curved up towards the sky, coming into neutral spine. And this is your movement now. So moving side to side, back and forward, just ironing out through your body. And maybe as you come back with bottom over heels, as you come forward, really rolling up through your spine. Maybe you'd like to drop the hips down. So just see how your body feels. Moving in a way that feels right for you, of course, as always, taking care of your body. And still connecting in, notice anything on the inside. Release any process of thought here. Just give yourself this time to be right here in this moment with movement, with body, with breath. It's really simple. Now just over your next few breaths, make your way up into down dog. So we lift up, curl your toes behind you. Lift your bottom up towards the back corner of the room. Little bend in the knees. Lengthen through your spine. And just sort of start to lift up out of your wrists. So you've got a really long back here, really long spine. So think about gripping the fingers into the ground, but spread your fingers as well. Draw your armpits forward here. And then we just take a little walk forward to the hands. Take your time, come into halfway as you arrive here. And then exhale, come forward, bend your knees again, take them a little bit wider, the feet, and then grab the elbows or the ankles just to release through the back of the body here. So lots of length through the head and the neck, so maybe yeses and nos here. Relax through your shoulders, just softening. Now from here, press through your feet, spread your toes, work your way up to a standing position. Take your time. There's no need to rush here as you come up. Lift your arms up to the sky and stretch your whole body all the way up to the sky. And then bring your hands down to center of chest for a moment. Drop them down beside you. Inhale, lift the arms again all the way up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, draw the tailbone internally, pelvic floor on. Exhale, hands on the mat, step your right foot back. You can bring your knee to the ground if you need to, or come up into lunge. Just see how you go here. So your choice whether back knee goes to the ground or we lift it up. See how you feel. So as you come in here, again, also, if you're feeling tight in the shoulders, just bring your arms down a little bit. So draw your elbows into your rib cage. A little bend in the back knee. You can go deeper if you want to here. Just take a couple of breaths. We're going to start to move the upper body. So as you come forward, bring your elbows and your arms together, but come on the angle with your body. When you're ready, open up. So we'll change that breathing. So exhale, come forward. And inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Good. You can even take a little rounding of the upper spine here if it feels good. And then open up. Good. One more. Come forward. Open up. Then stretch your arms forward. Place your back heel down on the ground and open up into warrior two. So back leg is now straight. Turn the toes to the angle. Push through the foot. Bend into the left leg here. Soften your arms, soften your shoulders. Look down your front hand. Soften your eye gaze down the front. And just allow yourself just to settle here for a moment. Warrior two. Breathe. Think about lifting up and getting space between the hips and the rib cage. Length through your spine. Even tucking under that left glute. So tuck it under in this position. Reverse your front palm. Inhale, come all the way up with that front palm. So take a stretch at the front of your body. Good. And then straighten your front leg as you come back. Spin all the way forward. So left arm on left leg. Lift your back arm up. Right arm comes all the way up. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Press through both feet evenly. As you open, lengthen your spine. If you get down too far, come up a little bit. You can even have your hand, this hand on your hip if you need to, if this is too strong. Good, just one more breath. Bend into your front knee, reverse, come back through to reverse. Bring your hands to the mat, one on either side of your front foot. Step back into plank. So this again can be knees or toes. You might need a couple of steps. And we start to lower down to the ground, but take it slow. Elbows touch the side of your body. Bring yourself down to the ground. Keep your hands where they are. Lift your chest away. Squeeze your bottom muscles on. And then slowly come back through knees and maybe all the way through to downward facing dog. See how that feels. Good. Then bend the knees. You can step or float through to your hands. Inhale into halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, let's rise all the way back up again to standing. Exhale, bring your hands down to center of chest and then drop them down by your side. We settle here for a moment to breathe. Soften your breath, soften your shoulders. Take your eye gaze down to the floor. Just allow yourself to be even through your feet, front to back, side to side. Gently guide your kneecaps up towards the top of your thighs. Tailbone tucks up and internally. Lift up through your spine. Chin tucks a little to lengthen through the back of the head and neck. Inhale, lift the arms all the way to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale into halfway lift, engage the core. Exhale, this time step left foot back. Remember here, you can bring your knee to the ground. See what works for you. Otherwise, come on up. We come into our lunge and we settle. So if you're feeling a little unbalanced here, just make sure you've got space between your feet. So you're not on a tight rope. We're on those train tracks. We've talked about that before. So lots of length here through arms. Just settling, then bring the elbows down. They squeeze into the rib cage here. Keep squeezing on through the glute muscles. Take an inhale, open up your chest. Exhale, come forward, angle or curve through the upper spine. Inhale, open. And exhale, come forward. Do a few more of these. Open up, squeeze shoulder blades together. So think about that little engagement there. Do one more, everybody. Keep the weight even in the feet. Now inhale, stretch your arms to the sky. Exhale, open into warrior two. So this time you're bending into right knee and you've got a straight left leg. And again, shoulders and hips, think about them being directly above each other. Lengthen through the arms. Look down your front arm. And bend in. So the depth is up to you. It depends on how you feel. Bring some awareness to the inner thigh muscles. Draw them up the legs and out. Good. So we're squeezing on the right glute. Tuck it underneath you. Inhale, flip the front palm. Look up, stretch out through the front of the body. Then as you come back through, straighten your front leg. Gently bring your right hand to the leg, anywhere, it doesn't matter where, and open up the left. Big stretch, open right up out of your shoulders here. Even the weight in the feet. Soften your eye gaze. Just settling. Then bending into front knee, come all the way back to reverse. Lifting, opening up through front of body, and then bring your hands to the mat. Frame the front foot, pick up back heel, step into plank, and lower yourself to the ground, knees or toes. Bring your chest away from the floor as you inhale. As you exhale, downward facing dog. One breath in. Full breath out. Bend your knees, step or float through to your hands. Inhale to halfway, exhale, fold forward. Inhale to stand, rise on up, all the way up. Exhale, bring hands through center of chest and down to the side. Drop your eye gaze to the floor, one breath in, full breath out. Take an inhale, lift the arms to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway, long spine, engaged core. Exhale, right foot steps all the way back. Lift up, low or high lunge. Inhale. Exhale, elbows to rib cage. Inhale, open the arms out and back. Exhale, come forward to the angle. Inhale, open. And exhale, come forward. We'll do one more, everybody. Inhale, open. Exhale, forward. This time on your inhale, stretch your arms all the way up to the sky and open to warrior two on your exhale. Inhale, flip your front palm reverse. Open up the front of your body. Exhale, straighten front leg. Trikonasana. Open up. Lift up from the top arm. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, finding your mat. Step back into plank. Lower down to the ground, knees or toes. Take your time. Inhale, lift your chest away a little or a lot. Don't force it though. Exhale, downward facing dog. One breath in, full breath out. Bend your knees, step or float through to your hands. Halfway on your inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Press through your feet, roll up through your spine. Bring your hands to center of chest. Drop the hands down. Eye gaze softens. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, lift the arms to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, left foot steps all the way back to lunge. Lift and open when you're ready. Knee down or knee up. Just see what works. Bring your arms down on the exhale. And open up even more on your inhale. Exhale, come forward. Make sure you're not forcing it into your lower back though. Okay, so no tension anywhere as we do this. You might be breathing, you might feel your muscles reacting, that's normal. Just no pain or tension. Good, open up, right up. Stretch the arms, come into warrior two. Settle here. Soften your body down, flip reverse. When the exhale comes, straighten front leg and open up, triangle pose. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, finding mat. Step back, plank pose and lower down slowly. Don't go fast. Inhale, lift a little or a lot. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in, full breath out. Bending knees, look at the hands. Take a few jumps towards your hands. Come into halfway on your inhale, exhale, fold. Next inhale, sit down into chair pose, Utkatasana. So down as far as you feel comfortable. Take an inhale, stretch your spine. Exhale, bring your hands to center of chest. Push them together to create this little bit of tension in your core. So as you push your hands strongly together, tuck your tailbone in and up and start to really drive that tension in your core to support you here. Drop a little deeper. Take a twist, left elbow on the outside of right knee. Press the hands and open up as you twist. Good, breathing. Open the arms, place left hand on the floor, step your left foot back. So left hand on the floor, left foot goes back. Knee can come down or leg can stay up, whatever you need. Draw your knee in, draw your left shoulder towards your knee as you open. Inhale, bring arm forward. Exhale, open up. Do that 2 more times. So inhale, body stays still, it's not moving. Exhale. Good, lift up out of that bottom shoulder. Now bring your hands to the ground this time. Step back foot in. Take an inhale to halfway, exhale to fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. Oh, we're back in again. So starting to pump the blood and the muscles in the legs. Bring your hands down to center of chest. This time turn. Hook your right elbow on the outside of your left knee. Press your hands together here. Good, keep pressing them together to open up. Then you're going to open up your arms. This time bringing right foot to ground. Keep left arm up. Step your right foot all the way back to lunge. Then you can be on back knee or you can be lifting your leg up. So keep drawing up out of that shoulder. Draw your right shoulder to your left knee. Breathe. Then bring the arm forward and take it back. Good, keep going. Settle, so it's just the arm moving. The whole body is really stable here. Make this your last one. Bring your hand to the floor. This time step into downward facing dog. Good, come into a plank if you like. Knees or toes lower down. Inhale, chest lifts, a little or a lot. Exhale, down dog. Come into child's pose, everyone. Knees wide, toes together. Sit your bottom back. Rest your head on the ground. So take some deep breaths here in your child's pose. Deep breaths in and out. They're checking in again. So noticing those internal processes. And at this point in time, noticing the energy flowing around in your body just from that small amount of movement. Just noticing where you're holding tension and can you release a little more? Soften. Good, and breathe, settle. Come back into down dog, everybody. Just over your next couple of breaths. Take your time. Now bend your knees, step or float through to your hands. Inhale to halfway, exhale to fold. Inhale, let's rise to stand. Take your time as you come up. Exhale, bring hands to center of chest. Drop hands down to beside you. Just a couple of breaths here. Eye gaze is settled on a point. We're going to come into tree pose, Vrikshasana. So we bring our hands to center of chest. You can keep them down for now, but all the weight in the left foot, pick up your right. So toes can stay on the ground here if you like, or you can bring the foot to the calf, or you can hook the foot to the inner thigh. Try and not lean into this left hip. Lift your body up tall out of it. Just hands in prayer. Settle. Let this knee open to the side. Good. This is where you need one spot to look at. Good. Settle the breath. Arms can come up. Bring them out. However you like. Just settle the breathing. Keep lifting up away from the ground. But at the same time, heavy through that left foot. Hook that into the ground. Bring your hands back to center of chest to prayer. And then for the next 3 breaths, close your eyes. Well done. Let's swap to the other side. It's always interesting to close the eyes in tree pose, I find. All right, when you're ready, just coming in and setting up on the other side. So choosing your pose. So maybe the one that challenges you a little bit this time. Lifting up out of this right hip, lots of length up through your body, little chin tuck, length through back of head. Pressing hands together to start with. Then we can move the arms, so send them up, away, finding your balance. So really sort of allowing yourself to push down through that right leg. At the same time, use that to lift up. Let's bring hands together now. And of course, for the last 3 breaths, that little challenge of closing eyes. Well done. Place the foot on the ground if it's not already there. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold forward. Now just set your feet up so that the toes are out but the heels are in. And then you're going to come up onto your toes and come down into a squat. Now this doesn't work for everybody, so just see how you go here. So this is a frog squat to start with today. We're not going to stay here. So if you're up here and you're down in a little squat, that's fine too. Okay, so just choose what works for you. So once you're in your squat, you can bring your hands to prayer and get your balance. See how you go. We've just got a few breaths of moving between this squat and into a forward fold. So you're going to inhale, bring hands to the floor, come up into a fold, leave your feet where they are, and on your exhale, come back down into your frog squat, hands to prayer. So slow breathing, inhale and exhale. Do that a few more times. Inhale and exhale. And only squatting is best that works for you. So try not to force this, especially if you're getting any sensations in your knees. Just take half a squat, then come into your fold. You can do the same thing from here. Forward fold and squat. We'll do a few more of these. And if you want to, you can pick up a little bit more speed, but controlled speed. Do 2 more, everybody. Last one. And then we're going to sit all the way down onto our bottoms. Ooh, well done. Bring your feet in so they're touching, knees out to the side. Good job. Sit really tall. Grab a hold of your ankles if you can. And then slowly start to bring yourself forward. You can grab a hold of your feet or you can bring your hands forward. But just allow your body to fall forward here. Then slowly come up. Take your right hand behind you, left hand to your right knee. Sit really tall and take a twist. Then we swap sides. So take your time. We start to come back to noticing our breathing again. Noticing that internal change from this movement, this practice. So being in and experiencing that movement, just allowing that to settle in. Come back to the front, everybody. Bring your knees together, but step your feet wide. Grab behind your knees and slowly roll back. But roll back 1 vertebra at a time. Lay your head on the ground or on a pillow. Send your legs long. Or if that doesn't work for your lower back, just bend your knees and let them fall together. Close your eyes. And just for these last couple of minutes, just coming to a stillness. So moving and getting yourself comfy and then coming to a stillness. So there's no need to control your breath anymore. This is a complete letting go of needing to hold anything. Thoughts, mind, body. Allow yourself to really fall into the ground. Allow yourself to become really heavy. Just for the next few moments, just allow yourself to be here right now. If you need a little bit longer, stay here. You're ready to move again, some gentle movement, slow, mindful movement through fingers and toes. So noticing that movement, not taking it for granted today. Draw your knees into your belly. And take your knees out to the side. If you can, grab a hold of your feet, your ankles, or behind your knees. You can grab any side of the foot. Keep your chin tucked, long back of neck. A little bit of rocking here, side to side. Just a massage here. And draw your knees back together. Hook your ankles over one another. Now, if you can and it's comfy, a rock and roll to come up to a seat, or just make your way up to a seat. Take your time. If you need more time laying back, that's fine too. Now bring your hands either on your legs, palms face up, hands on heart, hands in prayer, where you are, doesn't matter. Drop your eye gaze down. Let's breathe together. Deep breath in through the nose. Let's exhale through the mouth, sigh it out. Do that again, deep breath in. Full breath out. Just one more time, deep breath in. Full breath out. Just coming back to a soft, natural breath. You can open your eyes when you're ready. Namaste, everybody. Coming in for a practice today. Thanks so much for joining me for our yoga flow. I hope this has brought a little bit of a decrease in tension and a little bit more energy for the rest of the day. It's been lovely being here, as always. See you tomorrow again, hopefully, at 2. Thank you so much. Classes, yes.